Right, so good evening ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Right now, I'm in a Mercedes-Benz event in KL base. So today I'm going to cover some of the AMG models which I personally interested in. So first model I'm going to start from is this 2024 Mercedes-Benz AMG CLA45s 4MATIC Plus. So this is actually a AMG's version of the CLA. Code name is C118. So this is basically a successor to the previous generation C117 CLA45 AMG. But now it is given a facelift for the 2024 model onwards. So today I'm going to make a first impression walk around video of this very good looking Mercedes-Benz 4-door coupe. So before I start, make sure to subscribe my channel, like and share my videos. Before we start any of the exterior, let's start with the party piece of this Mercedes-Benz AMG, which is the engine compartment. So this is the engine compartment of this AMG CLA45s 4MATIC Plus. So as we all know, for the A45 or CLA45 or even the GLA45, they are using a 2-liter turbocharged engine, but it is not a usual 2-liter turbo you get in the normal A250. Alright, so this is a more powerful engine. This is handcrafted by this Alexander Wozak. It's a one-man, one engine. If you know Mercedes-Benz AMG, you know that their signature is their one-man, one engine, which means each engineer deal with the engine development as well as the building. So this is actually a front-wheel drive based engine, but given that this is the AMG 45, it's very powerful, so Mercedes-Benz giving a very clever 4MATIC Plus system, which includes the drift mode, if you all know that. So the turbo is actually located at the back, and they have do some tunings to improve the efficiency, and is using a 8-speed dual clutch transmission specially made for the AMG models. And right here you get this heat insulator because this engine is actually a very high boost engine. So the turbo actually has a very high boost, so it will heat up quite a lot. So in order to prevent the heat for entering the cabin, Mercedes-Benz actually makes an effort to make this kind of heat insulator thing. And as Mercedes, their ECU is actually located exposing at the engine bay. I'm not sure about the reliability, but I'm sure that they have a solution to figure it out, because this 2-liter engine is the most higher output 2-liter turbo engine that you can find in the market right now, coming from an AMG model. So the intake is right here, so it's rather tall. Okay, so for the bonnet, it's quite lightweight, so I suppose this is an aluminium bonnet, and you have a gas lift to support the bonnet, so it's very light to operate. So now let's look at the exterior look. So this being a facelifted CLA45s 4MATIC, Mercedes-Benz actually makes some minor changes to the exterior design. For instance, the headlight cluster right here is the different unit from the pre-facelift CLA45s. As you can see, it has some 3D design to make the exterior and the lights looks very sharp and sporty. And this is the AMG signature Pan Americana grille, which is present in any of the AMG model, coming from A45, CLA45, GLA, C43, even the AMG GT. Also come with this similar design of the front hood, front bumper design. And for Mercedes, it has a very nice clamshell which hides the bonnet line, which is very good. Okay, so this being a CLA45s and AMG, so basically you will get this more aggressive air intakes and some vents, and all are finished in gloss black. And this side corners also reserved for the AMG models. So we have all-round sensors and 360-degree camera, and you get the Mercedes-Benz AMG logo, signify this is a proper AMG model. So the side profile is where you consider the CLA45S over the A45S. Is the very smooth lines and very slick design. So this is the AMG specific rims. So it's running on Michelin Sport 5, running on 255/35 ZR19. It's a 90-inch rim. So this being a 4MATIC, so 4 wheels are having the same dimensions. And front you get a very aggressive 4-port red calipers. Rear you get a single port. And the brake discs are those ventilation types, so it improves the braking performance even you are pushing it in Sepang or Genting roads. So you have turbo 4MATIC Plus at the side pillars, and the side mirrors is mounted on the doors and it has a gloss black finishing. And all 4 doors gets keyless entry, which is very practical. And one thing that you consider CLA45S is the frameless door. This is something you do not get even in the A45S or the C class. Okay, so this is one of the additional touch that makes this car feels very special. And you get a panoramic sunroof for the CLA45S, so the fuel cap can be pressed open. This is the rear look. Very slick in my opinion. It actually looks nicer than the previous gen CLA45 because it sort of gives you a bit of the wide body design. And this being a facelift, so the tail lights also makes some of the changes to it. And you get a ducktail spoiler to further enhance the sportiness of the rear. Okay, CLA45S. This being an AMG model, obviously you get quad pipes, but if you look into it, it's actually a single exhaust tip with 2 holes for left and right side. But at least it's functional, so I have no complaints. Rear sensors. It actually has a power boot, but this car electronic has been turned off, so I cannot operate it. And very aggressive diffuser design. So what do you think about the exterior look? In my opinion, this is one of the most good looking Mercedes-Benz AMG in the market right now. It's very sleek, very compact. Okay, now let's check out the interior of the AMG CLA45S, shall we? As I mentioned, you get keyless entry for all 4 doors. So this is the party piece of the AMG. You get 2 AMG bucket seats, but this part right here is not finished in chrome like the previous generation CLA45, so there's a bit of cut costing. And you get the AMG nameplate right here. And this bucket seat has a very nice design because it sort of reminds me of the Recaro bucket seats. So let's look into the doors. The doors is similar to the normal A-Class or even the CLA200 or 250. So the door lock and unlock is on the driver's sides only. This part are finished in Alcantara light. Windows are finished in fully automatic, but it does not finish in a chrome setting like you would in the C class. This part is where you adjust the seats. Okay, you get 3 sets of memory for each side, which is good. And this is seat heater, which we do not need to use in Malaysia. And you get Burmester premium sound system. This is to pop open the power tailgate. And this the cup holders and door pockets is rather small in my opinion. The doors are finished in soft touch, expected for a Mercedes-Benz or even the AMGs. So for the AMG model, you get the AMG carpets and AMG door sills. The pedal right there is finished in not organ type, it's those hanging type because of the limited space down there. So now let's get inside the car, shall we? Let's close the door. Soundproofing is okay. So now let's look into the interior. So the interior is the previous gen of the Mercedes-Benz design, which you have this large screen, 10.25 inch for both. So it gives you a very nice visual appeal. Sorry for the beeping sound. And this is the facelifter model, so you get the new generation Mercedes-Benz steering wheel. This is the AMG steering wheel. And special for the AMG 45, you get the buttons right here which you can control the ESC, the drive mode selector. You can twist or even press. So this is like a shortcut button which is very convenient in my opinion. And this is all touch sensitive. You can scroll between the MBUX system. Unfortunately, this car already turned off the electronics, so I cannot show you the screen, but you can always look into YouTube for the tutorial on how to use it, because for AMG owners, what matters is actually the drives and what it feels to you. And this being an AMG 45, you get this very nice AMG patterns with a lot of ambient lighting going on when you start the car. Okay, the steering wheel is manually adjusted. You get tilt and telescopic expected, and a very chunky pedal shifters. And now for the AMG, they no longer have a gear stick like the last generation. They are using this gear stock like the usual Mercedes-Benz, which I think is a bit of unfortunate, because now you can't differentiate between the normal AMG line as well as the proper AMG by just looking at here. Of course, some owners may swap the steering wheel to this design. Aircon vents, typical Mercedes style. Very nice to the touch and feedback. And you get a push start button and the auto start stop off. These are all the aircon panel. As you can see, it wobbles a little bit, but it has dual zone. Down here is all finished in gloss black. Mind you, it will leave fingerprint or scratches, so you need to take extra care of it. Here, do not get wireless charging. You get a USB-C port, cup holders, drive mode selector, volume, and a 360 camera. Now they have ditched the MBUX control system like the previous CLA45s. Now it's just a place for you to store your items. Door pocket, glove box is rather small, but all the dashboard materials are all finished in soft touch, Burmester sound system, and HUD. The armrest is rather small, but you get two Type-C and it's covered with felt. Okay, you get red seat belt and a panel sunroof as I mentioned. Sun visor with ventilating mirror with light, and the headroom is rather limited due to this coupe style design, and it's finished in black headliner, so it may feel a bit claustrophobic for some people. And you can have an extendable leg rest to support your thigh. And this part right here is finished in Alcantara-like, so it's very comfortable to the touch. And it's finished in leather on the side bolster, so it holds you quite well during aggressive drivings. So let's get to the back seats. So of course this is a 4-door coupe, so obviously it has rear seats. So now let's try out the rear seat space. So the behind is basically identical to the normal CLA class, where the headrests are fixed except the middle one. And the seat belts for the AMG is finished in red color. So when you sit into it, you will instantly notice that the seat bench is very flat and very low. So it do not support my thigh that much, although they have made this extended part out. And the AMG parking seat actually blocks some visibility. Okay, but it's fine because usually the AMG cars is only the passenger and the driver are driving in front. But the rear accommodation, you still have two aircon vents, USB Type-C, and a central armrest with two cup holders. Door panel is finished in this leather and Alcantara light, and the window controls, Burmester sound system, and some door pockets. So yeah, this marks my walk-around review, first impression review of this 2024 Mercedes-Benz CLA45s 4MATIC Plus. So be sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. Cheers!